Okay, let's continue with the disadvantages. First of the major disadvantage is that when the information is publicly being disclosed, the competitors may use the information and improvise it, maybe towards a positive side, and claim that their product is better than the other one. So that is a very disadvantageous thing for the patent holder, that they have utilized his work as the basis, as a foundation, and then made something keeping that as the underhand, keeping that as the foundation for his particular invention. So that is a big drawback. Similarly, one more drawback is that, which is of major concern, is that getting a patent is not cheap. It's very expensive to get patent. So in India, if we are researching, it's cost effective, it's very costly to research. Plus, when we are researching, we are getting something patented, we need to give a whole lot of money to get something patented under our name. So that poses out to be a very big disadvantage in this research field. Soon it will be, um, we are looking forward that we are positive enough for the future that it becomes cheaper to get a patent, because then only the research programs will be initiated and being progressed more. Okay, so this was all about IPR. We will be discussing three or so topics, which are small topics. The first is LC. LC is a short form of ethical, legal, social implications. It is a very important topic. Plus, it is just about the ethical issues. If you are making something new, what should be the work ethics? How the new varieties should be exposed into the market? What will be the effect on the older variety if the newly developed variety is being exposed? So all these come under LC. So, as we have started in the modern biotechnology, we have created transgenic plants, transgenic animals, herbicide resistant plants, also drought resistant plant, and some plants which are salinity resistant. So, is there any ethical issue underlying there? Of course, there is an ethical issue that if new varieties are openly being circulated and grown by all the farmers around the country, so what will happen? The original natural variety will be lost, because when everyone will start growing only one improvised variety, the original varieties will be lost, and then there will be no genetic variations, the natural variations, which were natural process of genetic inheritance which was taking place in the nature, could all be stopped. Because what we are doing, uh, we are using a transgenic plant to be grown, having better maybe crop yields, having better um, having better shelf life. They can be fresh for a longer duration of time, so people will be more likely to grow the newer variety. So this will be a drawback for the older one, because the natural things will become extinct then. So it should not be the case. It should be totally, there should be a balance. A balance should be maintained between both the varieties, so that both the varieties are there. In the normal season, when the natural things can be grown, the natural product should be grown. And when there is some constraint of the weather constraints or environmental constraints, or drought is there, or excess rainfall is there, when a particular crop is not grown, then the transgenic varieties can be utilized. So there should be a balanced maintained. This is an ethical issue. So there should be a balanced maintained between both these cases. Then in reproduction also, like in vitro fertilization, and when we talk about animal transgenic animals and certain kinds of in vitro pollination of flowers, see what happens, we are only taking into account the good qualities. What about the bad qualities? What about the no, if we don't go into the good and bad, we just think about our benefit. We are only concerned about the qualities, about the genetically present qualities which we require. We are extracting that. So what about the other qualities of a plant? If we don't require them, so we are losing out on them, and further in the long run they will be totally lost. So there should be a balance maintained between both the varieties when they are being used. Second is the biosafety. Biosafety is actually the need to protect the environment, including the humans, we the humans and the um, animals health from the possible adverse effect of the genetically modified organisms. When the genetically modified organisms or plants are present in the atmosphere, they have a better survival of the fittest kind of thing, and they are having better chances to be developed. They can fight the natural calamities in a better way. So biosafety is lost and the original products are lost. So this is known as biosafety. It refers to promoting safe laboratory practices, procedures, and proper use of scientific equipments and facilities without risking the originally present substances or plants or animals. Okay, so government of India is having certain rules and regulation for this manufacturing and all. So these there are acts for protection which come into Environment Protection Act of 1986, and it is being proposed by the Ministry of Environments and Forests. So you will be studying about that. The last topic is GEAC. GEAC is Genetically Engineering Appraisal Committee. There is a committee which encourages scientists to um, genetically engineer plants and animals, probably for the betterment of the environment, for the betterment of the mankind also. But as per the rules of 1989, it is responsible for appraisal of activities involving large scale use of hazardous microorganisms and recombinants in research and industrial processes from the environmental angle. If something is hazardous, they have to use it under a safety baggage kind of thing, safety laboratory equipments, and they should not be any hazardous substance should not be thrown out into the environment so that they can harm the original varieties. So it is this GEAC is also responsible for appraisal of proposal related to release of genetically engineered organisms and products into the environment. If they are giving permission, then only the genetically modified organism, plants or crops can be sold in the market, can be spread into the market. Otherwise, no. Okay, so it is important to note here that these are the like LC and GEAC. You need to remember the full forms here along with the full form list which we have all which has already been shared in the GCR. So so that's all for today. Hope you are understanding whatever is being taught. We shall be continuing in the next class. Thank you so much.